And joining us now is Larry Myers, host of the wildly successful The Larry Myers Show. Larry, how are you?
Good, Dave. Doing good. Listen, I say this with a spotless record of heterosexuality. You look good. I truly think if you looked into the messages that many of your viewers left on the show, they'd find you quite the piece of meat.
Well, that is very thoughtful of you to say, Larry. I'd love to get your opinion of Tim Walz appearing at the Minnesota State Fair yesterday eating a vanilla soft serve cone.
Well, first off, I don't want to fat shame anyone. Lord knows I love my vanilla soft serve too. But here's my problem with the other images out of that. He then goes to another stand and drinks a milkshake, and look what he's using, a straw. Oh, Tim Walz seems perfectly fine carrying on the tradition of these puny, long, and useless pieces of plastic. I mean, they're just so unbecoming. The way your fingers clasp on it, the way your lips purse the size of your straws is just too dainty. The way you have to suck all the fluid out.
I thought you
Oh,
might get a kick out of that one. I have to imagine his doctors are having a heart attack. Is that what makes liberal men seem unappealing?
I'll tell you, Dave, they're weak. That's what makes them unappealing. And weak men pander. They get down on their knees and beg you to like them for who they are, warts and all. Real men are quite different. Real men have big heads. They face achievement with respect and confidence and face disappointment with a sense of resolve. They take it on the chin.
Well, I'd love to hear more about that, Larry. We've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear more about Larry's view on masculinity. And Doug Emhoff made some interesting comments we'll have Larry react to. Take a guess on what they might be. Mustache looks great, by the way, Larry.
Well, thank you, Dave. I'll be vain for a brief minute. This is the work of David Beckham's new beard oil. Let me tell you that man is a miracle worker.
Well, he certainly is. Looks like we're coming back. And we're back with Larry Myers. Larry, Doug Emhoff recently condemned toxic masculinity, preaching instead a new masculinity. He defined this masculinity by talking at length about how men need to be lifting up women more and not using our anger to show our strength. Your thoughts?
All liberal men do is blame and complain, Doug. It's more of the same. Listen, for all the talk real men like Doug Emhoff do about needing to be in touch with one's feelings, I say this: when an engineer designs a plane, I don't care how he feels. I don't want a plane designed by a touchy feely guy. I want a plane designed by a math whiz honor roll graduate who would never think to reach for the tissues, except in emergencies.
So, what do you think that men should do differently in regards to demonstrating strength?
I think men need to be resolute in their positions and how they express them. Real men take firm and hard stances on their position. When it comes to any position, frankly, hell, I don't care if I might see that position in a different way or from a different angle. Just pick a position and stick to it.
Well, certainly a very passionate argument there, Larry.
Oh, that's nothing. You should see how I get after every disagreement with the wife about all the new home decor.
But back to your point about masculinity. The other day, Tim Walz was caught in a little bit of a fib regarding his stance on the Supreme Court. He had mentioned wanting to get rid of a select number of justices, and the campaign had to stop and say, now hold on a minute, that's not our position. Per usual, he then had to walk it back and explain that he and the campaign were on the same page. Going back to our previous conversation about positions, it sure seems like he doesn't have a clear one on this topic. Your thoughts?
Couldn't agree more, Dave. Couldn't agree more. I mean, talk about not being firm on anything. This guy was so far off base with his party, they had to bend him over and spank him.
And that's all the time we have today. Larry, a pleasure.
The same to you, sir. The same to you.